Hi, there's Star here. More Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. Last time I played this, we were exploring the Daiba television studio dungeon. And then we got to the mid-boss, and we died in a turn. Pretty much. It was pretty immediate. Whatever happened to us, it happened quite quickly. So I'm back here at the Fortuna office because I figure the best way to prepare for that is to do some side stories. You know, get some XP, hopefully get some levels along the way, get some skills that'll make us more effective. Itsuki is also due a new weapon, so we'll probably do that first. I don't want to turn this into a grindy stream, you know, but we gotta do what we gotta do. This is lunatic mode, and that means sometimes we're going to have to do some dirty work. Alright, we can get the Matador. Rare weapon. The Maka converter. Let's do it. That does look fancy. Look at those bull horns. That's why it's called the Matador, probably. I don't know. So I am playing this on lunatic mode, which does make this quite difficult indeed. I don't think I can just power through this mid-boss, and if this mid-boss is giving me so much trouble, I'm deeply worried for how the main boss of this dungeon treat me. Sure, let's equip it. Thank you, Tiki. I tried to tap through all the topic text messages that this game sends you, but it's impossible. They keep sending you more. People always have things to say to me. Yeah, Barry. But hey, how about the tongue-tied gourmet? That's much more important. You know the late night gourmet TV show Food Heaven? My favorite. Very popular. Ratings of 15%. Thanks to Himemaro. Sure. Oh no. Himemaro sucks now. Gourmet house in Shibuya. Let's see what's going on. Hi, Rachel in the chat. We got quests to do. Food chef sensation, Hime Maro. Not doing so hot these days. How much do you want to bet it is because of Mirage's eating their performer? I have no idea where they're taping this TV show. Just run around until we find something. You're a different quest. So we're not talking to you, even though you look very down. Ah, this seems like the thing. Himemaru has lost her charisma. Time to sleep in the van, apparently. That's what happens. Come on, more oomph. Wow. This croquette. It's good. It tastes good. Zoyo. Can't be a food show host if you can't describe the food. Poor Himemaru. Well, let's let Ayaha know about that. Then let's get sent to a dungeon to beat up whatever is making that happen. That'll be some XP, it'll be some skills probably. See what's happening. Performer stolen, Urk in danger. Alright. Hey, true perception. Howdy. This lighting situation today in here is not super. Looks like I'm streaming in the dark. Oh, okay, buddy. What's your problem too? He's a furious man. Wait a minute. You're not supposed to see the gate. Iori is in love, apparently. What's going on here in this quest? Why did we need to come here? Weird gate. Went to a strange world, and all these monsters were chasing. A girl saved him. She's somewhere near the ticket gates. Okay. Alright, we have 2 quests to do in this dungeon then. Which is good, you know? 2 birds, 1 stone. That sort of thing. Find this girl that saved Iori. And also find the Mirage that stole Himemaru's performer. Sounds good to me. Well, here's a cute girl, probably. Girl by the ticket gates. She must be the Mirage Iori was talking about. Must be. He was clinging to me, yelling, "Get me out of here!" It was so revolting. So I told him the way out and got rid of him. Oh. Not a mutual admiration society. If I ever see him again, I'll rip that jiggly pompadour of his to shreds. Hiss. That is harsh. But it's always good to know where you stand, I guess. Alright, let's see if we can make our way to whatever performer feeling monster is around here. Oh hey, this is a whole section of the dungeon I never went to. Explains why I never got this treasure chest. Or this one. Alright. Well, where is this mirage I'm looking for? That's the real question. Down we go. Ooh. Dodge that savage encounter. Ah. Oh well, this will be an easy fight. Could be. Already done this dungeon. Let me know how the audio mix is, especially when it comes to my voice versus the in-game voices. That's where the conflicts usually kick in. There we go, easy win. That's why we got like 4 experience for it. But we also got a new skill, so huzzah. Rafuri, instant escape from most battles. We don't need that. We have items that can do that. We have the smoke machine item. I think is better than wasting a whole skill slot on something like that. Let me look at this map. Give any indication over where this garage could be. Maybe it's back in the first section. There's a monster there, but I thought that was the New Game Plus extra challenge boss monster. Maybe I was wrong. Let's get sent to the start by this camera. Okay. Go up here, go up and around. I've done that. Then down here. You're the extra challenge boss, so it's not you. We'll jump down here. Make our way forward. I find it pretty easy to get lost in these dungeons. Maybe too easy. I think it says something about me. Anything down here? Ah, okay. I think I see where I need to go. Ah, too many enemies. Can't avoid them all. That's okay, because I kind of know where to go now. Gonna find a Mirage that stole Imimoro's food critiquing performer. Get it back. Ooh, I thought that would do it. Oh well, that didn't do it, this will. Nice. Skill for Kiria and a skill for Toma. Let's see what we get. Ufula, medium attack boost, makes it more powerful. That's good. Toma gets assault dive, which is a medium spear attack, which is also made more powerful. Jolly good. Ah, but there's nothing here. There's no way for me to get over there. Okay, we need to take the camera back. Up. And we need to run directly into an enemy. Because of course we do. Alright. Not going to last too long though, so... Waste all this time getting to this quest monster, and then the quest monster is also going to kill us in 2 turns. That's my prediction. That happens, I will be very sad. But we'll see. Alright, where are we now? We are still in the wrong spot. Gosh darn it. Right, let's take the camera. Back up the stairs. Down these stairs. No. Okay. Alright. Around this camera. Down these stairs. Shit. Oh, we're in trouble. What are we going to do here? Gonna use a smoke machine. Bye, suckers. I'm absolutely not fighting those. How do I get over there? This stage, would it be quicker for me to just warp to the next block and go backwards? Let's try that. Oh, coffin behind. Poor show. You know what? Let's just get out of here. These enemies aren't giving me anything of substance. Now where are we going though? Ah, god damn it. Alright, Eddie, get us out of here. Didn't work. Itsuki. There we go. Alright. I need to look at this map a moment. Figure this out. How do I get to that one? How do I get to that? It's there. Alright, out of my face. Nothing up here. You're there, but I can't get there because there's a camera. So I'm just going to have to eat that. And now I'm back here. Has to be a way to get over there. Just has to, right? Boom. I get down and around here. And turn here. Now what? I think this is it. There we go. Let's save. After all that work, just to get to this creature. And now we'll finally be able to lose. Probably. Okay. Powerful performer. Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. Alright. This mirage feels full of charisma. enemy offense for 3 rounds. Probably lead with that. Buffs and debuffs. Bloody hell. Let's buff our defense. Okay. No more block that. I dodged that. Now we have 2 turns, so I will now revive. Yes. We'll revive Kiria. All the good Ogumi. What have we got here? Level 34, level 34, level 34. They're all the same level. Seems like breaking your attack would be a good option. Yeah, keep throwing that at Ellie. Fine with me. Alright, what else do we have? Raise defense, already did. I would use that, but I don't want to use it right now. They're gonna get 2 attacks. Period drops instantly. Alright, let's see how this goes. Even if we lose this, I think with a different party combination, better. So, I'm not too worried no matter which way this attempt goes. The only thing I'm worried about is the enemy gets 3 attacks in a row here. I feel is a bit much. Yeah, that might do us in. There we go. No, Itsuki stays in it. You know, it's also just 1 more attack, so. Bam, let's take it. First game over, 30 minutes in. Chalk it up. I think replacing Kiria with Tsubasa will make this battle very winnable. Even if I want Kiria to get the experience, I'll just switch her back into the end. Alright. More enemy offense. Boost allied defense. That seems like a good combination. Yes, let's go with the debut smile. It'll heal the small hits we took so far. It'll boost our hit and invasion, which I was thinking of doing anyway. And it's only one special gauge. Now we're in a pretty good position to get started in this battle. My only worry is we don't have anything that's particularly good against the other enemies here. I've noticed. Sure, Tsubasa does. Okay, she does. The spear. I need to keep a better eye on our HP. I have a bad habit of doing so because the monitor kind of blocks the television on the right hand side where the gauges are. I do know enough to know Kiri or Tsubasa's in trouble here, so let's fix that. Yeah, switching from Kiria to Tsubasa has made a big change already. How this battle is faring. How's our health looking? Not too bad. Go in with another strike on this thing. Should be able to break this down. Okay. Stand up for the win. Yep, that's one down. Two? No. Been very happy to have gotten two down, but we'll get him down here. That'll definitely free up the action economy we need to really get going on this final enemy. Your offense has returned to normal. So let's fix that. I don't want you to have normal offense. What are you weak to? You're weak to ice, which is actually Kiria's element. So I guess I can see why you were trying to stop that. Defense boosted. Attack has been lowered. Alright, let's do another one of these special performances. We're almost back at full on the special gauge, so I don't think it's too wasteful. Also do pretty good damage. Pretty big session combo. Then we can switch out Tsubasa for Kiria. He'll be able to finish this off pretty easily now. I'm slowly figuring out on lunatic mode. A lot of it is picking the right characters for the situation you're in. Can't just power through a lot of the time like you can on the other difficulty levels. Eleonora levels up. Pretty good one too. Kaja raises hit and evasion. Raises defense. Baiting hits is as good. But I don't know. Let's drop Worm Slayer for now and see how this works out. Buffing is important in this game. Virion, my man. Fire expertise, I'll take that. Raises the power of fire attacks. That's Ushimitsu Yorimasa, complete as a weapon. Ida gets Recarm, which is revival. Okay. Oh, do I want revival magic? Well, I do want revival magic. Do I though? I have items that can do that. They're expensive, but I have them. Let's not learn that for now. I might come to regret that, but... okay. That's Himemaru. Free, I hope. Let's teleport back out of here. And see what's going on with Himemaru and her cooking show. And also Iori and his pompadour. But first, a refreshing soda break. An unmistakable fruity aroma transports one to a tropical tableau. Simply smashing. Oh, I got a sticker. Got a Melmark, so I can play the lottery. Nice. Okay, Shibuya. Shibuya Station. May as well start at the start. Also need to reconfigure my party after this. I saw Eleonora got a level up. I should probably switch in Toma. First, it's time to report in with Iori. Yo. Find her. I hope she remembered a romantic encounter. Did we deliver the harsh truth? Oh. I'm sorry, Iori. Pompadour's never out of fashion. Come on. That's right, you're from two different worlds. Don't worry, Iori, there are many communities on the internet where you can discuss your love of monster girls. Hey buddy, cheer up, come on. Come on. Alright. Now, let's check out how that cooking show thing is going. Alright, everyone seems much happier. He's so hungry. We can go home tonight. Arsh. Munch munch. This cream croquet. C'est magnifique, as the French would say. The batter is crispy, yet thick. The texture is absolutely amazing. Such a refined taste. This cream, it's so rich. Meat and vegetables burst out of the cream, and the spiciness adds to the explosion of flavor. This combination of crispy and creamy pushes the flavor to a whole new level. Woo! It's like the flavors are dancing on my tongue. Zoyo! I think I'm back. Zoyo indeed. Croquettes. I've never been that excited for a croquette. We got one in Shibuya, obviously. Alright. Zoyo! Funeral air. Zoyo to everyone. Let's report in on that. Yep. I'm a rank A5 Mirage Master, Zoyo. Please do work on that. Alright. I think we have new weapons to make. For Tsubasa and Eleonora. And let's rejigger the party. There we go. Ellie out, Toma in. What does Zoyo mean? It's a general exclamation of enthusiasm. Alright. I said Tsubasa and Ellie. Alright, the Stingray. Very impressive looking. Is it some kind of food brand? I don't think so. Funeral Air is just always thinking about food. Apparently. But I guess Himemaru was hosting a cooking show, so that's only sensible. Yes, let's equip it. Hey, why can characters who aren't part of your active party fight? I've gone over this a few times, but I've learned skills that allow some characters who are not in the main cast, what they call the main party, to participate in sessions. Killer bow for... no, that's not good. Not make anything for you at the moment, Ellie? No, we need more items. Okay. No blame here, Funeral Air. I'm usually thinking about food too. Alright, we got some of those quests out of the way. Oh, there's another one. Fantastic. Funny business. Have you heard of the comedy duo Otoyan Union? Funny man tells a silly joke and then the straight man flips out. Zoyo is a kind of frozen yogurt, but I don't think its use in this game is stealth branding. Rumor has it that Aniki, the straight man, lost his timing. Now he's just a shell of his former self. Otakura, funny man, wrote on his blog that they're training in Harajuku for the Manzai Grand Prix. Go to Harajuku. Harajuku, a very fashionable place. Funeralers' food instincts never steer them wrong. Otayan Union is all washed up. Come on, they were second in last year's Grand Prix. Practicing their skit. Meow, meow, meow. Hiss. Oh, sorry. I was speaking in dog. Or... yeah, you know, the children's story. Urashima Taro? About the guy who carried an axe and had a dog? Huh? I don't know of any story like that. What? Of course you don't, because I made it up. Come on, Aniki. You're supposed to yell at me. I'm the funny man, not the straight man. Yeah, we should probably report that. That wasn't a good bit. Urabe. Oh, you're the fortune teller, classmate. Alright, what's your fortune tell us? See it? Devote yourself to your studies, and you shall be repaid. Work shall breeze on by, yet the person you await shall not come. Come on, quick fix. Second floor of Green Park. Is that here? Is that the rooftop? Second floor of Green Park. What does that even mean? Hey, you. I remember you. Oh, poor girlfriend. Alright, back to the office. Let's report what's happening here. Boy, Idolosphere. Oh, we were just there. It was such a pain to find that performer. Oh well. Oh, I think fortune teller's classmate is talking about the Shibuya 106. Well, let's find out. Let's do this first. Alright, what does my map tell me? Okay, I see where we need to go. This will be a lot easier to get to. Do. Just need to go back out here. Be pretty close by. Yep, right there. Let's save and see how this goes. We have to defeat this monster for the sake of all comedy. Rawr, I have the ultimate weapon, sharp as a spear. Ooh. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage. Come on. Level 40. Jeez, how am I supposed to compete with that? This one may have to wait a while. I don't really have any buffs. Let's just see what we can do. But we're not doing much damage, so I can't imagine we can take this out yet. The Otayan Union may have to wait a bit. Hey now. That's not fair. That's... This Panditsky, don't bother dodging them. Good job, Toma. Glad you're here. There we go. Also a problem when Itsuki is weak to the attack type all the enemies will use, seeing as I can't not use Itsuki. Okay, that's the second game over. 54 minutes in. That one's gonna have to wait. Those levels were too high. Level 40. Well, that's okay. We have other missions to do. Rest in peace. There shall be no peace. Not until I've beaten this game. I haunt this game and its lunatic mode. Alright. Kyria, what's up?
Itsuki.
Maiko's up to something. Recommended level 42. Sorry, I have this thing where your recommended level is way too high. It's that sort of thing. That's at least 10 levels ahead of me. So no thank you. But I know Ellie is here.
Itsuki.
Accept the first love style comedy, read, chat, fall in love? Yes. Kind of awkward. I know, the classroom set. Let's go to the classroom set. That's naturally where I'd go to talk about private matters. Alright. Eleonora is the hardest name to remember yet. I mean, it's the only Western name. Oh, well, it's better to have this private chat here. There's a cameraman and an AD here. Come on now, Ellie. Alright. What's the deal? Oh, this is why you want to come to a classroom set. No kink shaming. Oh, sorry, interruption. Text message. Maiko. Ellie knows what's happening, or Maiko knows what's happening. We need to go on a date. Ellie's appearing in a TV drama called Dandelion in Love. But she doesn't get how a high school girl who's in love with the idea of love feels. So we're going to go on a date so she can learn about love. Sure. No. Date.
いや、舞子さんからトピックが一体どういうこと
You know what it's about, Itsuki. You're just being a jerk.
つまりそういうことよ。いい？あくまで役作り。
Gotta get in character.
お稽古なんだから勘違いしたらヘッドショットよ。っていうか本当にいつきで稽古になるわけ？
Leave it to me.
任せて。
へえ、大した自信じゃない。いいわ。ハリウッド
Time for
式
some
にビシ
Hollywood
バシ鍛え
training.
てあげる。
俺を鍛えても仕方ないんじゃ。
それじゃあやると決まったなら張り切っていくわよ。まずは情報収集。
Read some magazines about dating. Get some cosmos in here.
あ、ちょっとエリー。
And then Ellie sends us a text that says, hey, a place where we can read magazines. We have to go separately because it would be a scandal if people thought this was a real date. What? Alright, I know where this is. We're going to the Hee-Ho Mart. It has a magazine rack. Is that what kids do these days? Go to the magazine racks in convenience stores and browse. I'm not judging. I'm just... That's a bit odd. Okay.
遅い。
いきなりコンビニでデート。
Of course.
何よ、普通でしょ。私の地元埼玉ではみんなやってるわ。
Everyone in Saitama hangs out at convenience stores.
そんなことはないと思うけど。
ああ、見て見て、いつき。この雑貨屋さん、可愛くない？いつき、このアクセサリー可愛い。渋谷にお店があるんだ
Let's
って。
go check it out later.
後で見に行こうよ。
了解。
Itsuki's real good at dating.
その釣れない返事。デートなんだから女の子に振り回されなさい。
Isn't that a warped idea of dates? I think so.
何その歪んだデート感。エリー、誰かと付き合ったこととか。
Yeah, Ellie.
何よ悪い。私に釣り合うハリウッド的男子が
No
周りに
Hollywood
い
men
ないだ
around.
けよ。
At least none that suit her.
へえ。
Oh no. Gossip.
何あの子、超可愛くない？
Gay gossip.
本当だ。ハーフかな。人形みたい。いいな。
Poor
目立
Ellie.
つんだね。
ハーフだからね。物珍しいんでしょ。こんなの慣れた。
She's the
そんな
novelty
ことより
Scandinavian.
喉乾いちゃった。ねえ、次行きましょう。
Where to, Ellie?
どこに？
彼女が喉乾いたって言ってるのよ。彼氏なら察してちょうだい。それも稽古のうち。
No one take lessons from this, please. This isn't. Ellie sent us another text. We have to figure out where she is. It's part of date training. We were at a convenience store. There are drinks here. Could have gone to the counter. Got her a Slurpee. But I'm guessing she means the cafe. Because that sounds like a place you'd go if you wanted to drink something and you wanted to be fancy and Hollywood-esque about it.
いらっしゃいませ。
But apparently I am wrong. So let's go. Through this. If my pseudo girlfriend isn't here. Oh, there you are. I ran right past you. Sorry, Ellie.
いつき。
That's my bad. Oh, this is how dating works, huh?
何それ？
What is that?
知らないの？
This is a smoothie. It's loaded with enzymes. Hollywood celebrities love
ハリウッ
enzymes.
ドセレブのマストアイテム。
That's true, that's accurate.
美味しいの？
Is it good?
おいしい
No.
に決まってるじゃない。
But it is popular, and that's even better. What's your deal with
なん
Hollywood,
で
Ellie?
そこまでハリウッドに？
Let's cut to shit.
特別だから。
Special.
だってハリウッドは最強じゃない。
Because Hollywood's the best.
最強？
私ってほらハーフでしょ。どこに行っても浮いてるような気がしてさ。居場所がないなって。
Ellie doesn't belong
だけど
to
ハ
her
リウッド女優になれ
biracialness.
ば違うって思ったの。
But if she's
あれだけの
famous
女
in
優になれれ
Hollywood,
ば世界の方が勝手に居場所を作ってくれるんじゃないか。
then she'll have a place to belong. The world will be forced to
そうだ
accept
った
her.
のか。
しゃべりすぎたわ。とにかくハリウッドは最強
But
で
also
最強な
Hollywood
の
is the best.
それじゃ次行きましょう。ねえ、いつき。私、さっきのアクセサリー見に行きたい。
Finish your horrible smoothie first. I like the animation of the side eye she gives when you ask if the smoothie is actually good. Alright. –
ね
Let's go to a jewelry store. And seeing as there is only one jewelry store in this entire game, this was the easiest one yet. Let's go to jewelry store Carabia. Oh, you were probably outside, weren't you, Ellie? Well, before we do that, bought one of these 38,000 equipment, but we could probably buy something a bit more expensive now. We have a lot of money. At least get 85,000 yen accessories. That'll really boost something. Magic. Skill is kind of your thing. There we go. Turbo anklet or the hunter earrings. The hunter earrings are specific to Ellie, so that seems like a good pick. With that now. Okay. May as well upgrade Itsuki's. Yeah. Alright. Go back outside and talk to Ellie. Then we can finish off this story, I think. Alright, turn around, go back into the store. Sure. Pure woman's atmosphere. That's jewelry shops, absolutely. Oh, the one Nanalie wore in Black Condor? No way. Can't be. What's wrong, Ellie? Right. Oh, Ellie, come on. Right, wasting my time. I had fun being ordered around by you all day. Amazing.
もしエリーが本当の恋人だったら毎日退屈しなさそうだなとか思った。
Nice, smooth. That's smooth, Itsuki.
さ、いつき。今の私たちってさ、傍から見たら恋人同士
I'm proud of you, Itsuki, for that one.
俺はそう思うよ。
そっか。
Well, then we must split up immediately.
私たちが恋人同士
Right, funeral air knows.
今のこの気持ちこそが。
What I'm feeling right now must be indigestion. Ellie, level up. Eleonora Yumizuru's soul as an entertainer has achieved a new awakening. Her inspiration has taken form as new performer, Secret Tenderness.
綺麗だ。
なんか
Figured something out, that's good. I see. Let's pretend we know what she's talking about.
いつきのおかげで次の女子高生役うまくやれる気がするよ。今日はありがとね。
That's right, now she can get into her character. Or whatever that was about. It wasn't. What? A movie role or something? Alright, and now we're going to go back to the Bloom Palace at the office. Turn that performer into something good. Ellie and Itsuki are unexpectedly cute together. I think for being a protagonist and all the blandness that comes with that almost by necessity, Itsuki is written well enough to have good chemistry with people rather than feeling like a cipher for other characters to bounce off of.
パフォーマが集まるミラクルステージブルームパレスへようこそ。新しいレディアントスキルが作れ
I
るよ
feel
うになっ
like
たよ。
Itsuki gets along with people while other protagonists are just
どん
kind
な
of
のができるんだろう。楽しみ
other
だね。
characters pour their interests into that empty vessel. Alright, we got something for Ellie. Door of Affection. This is the power of a girl in love.
これでいい。
Let's do it.
それじゃあユニティするよ。
Get to see some Ellie Virian posing, which is what I'm all about.
レディアントユニティ。PR？
エリー君
Boom. Alright. Hey, magnifique.
努力？才能よ。
エリー君頑張りたまえよ。なに私が教えた通り
That's
にや
right,
れば
Virian
万
has
事
taught
うま
you
くいく
well.
さ。
あなたに教わったことなんか何もない
What?
わよ。
Come on.
なんということだ。
By the heavens.
私が常日頃君にレディーとしての振る舞いを教えていたじゃないか。
Kinda love Virian a little. Not gonna lie.
そうだったっ
Not
け？
fooling around.
これはもっと厳しく君にレディーの振る舞いを教える必要があるね。そうでなくては
Fearless
君が目指
tutelage.
す社交界
That's Virian.
夢のまた夢だよ。
だから社交界じゃなくてハリウッド。
It's not high society, it's
本当にビオ
Hollywood.
ルは
The same difference. Game just isn't a game if you can't ship everybody with everybody. Watch Ellie's peerless acting. This shoujo ass motherfucker. Them shoujo legs.
私あなたのことが好き。ねえ私じゃダメかな。
Amazing. An amazing performance. A tour de force indeed.
どうよ、なかなか真に迫る演技でしょ。
来週が
Can't wait
気
for
にな
next
る
week's episode of Dandelion in Love. I remember the name.
わざわざ実地で特訓した甲斐もあったってもんね。でもね、今の私はこんなもんじゃないんだから。
Capable of so much
私のハリウッド
more.
的サクセスはこれからも続くわよ。
Job complete. Uriel, level up. Not bad. Ellie, stage rank up. You received a new performer, Ebb and Flow. Ellie is still pointing at me. He's become lovey-dovey. You required the ad-lib performance, one-sided love. Okay. That's something, I guess. Make a new Radiant Unity out of that? Not yet. Okay. So now what do we do? There are two side quests that I'm just simply not powerful enough to do. And I don't feel ready to fight that boss yet. The mid-boss. So we're going to go to the Harajuku Arena. There's love everywhere. Oh no, wait, there's another quest I have to do. The fortune-telling classmate wanted me to go somewhere. And I believe she wanted me to go to the 106. Second floor. Something like that. I mean, she's half Scandinavian. Half Japanese. Fits in nowhere, except in Hollywood. She assumes. Alright. Something about the Green Park second floor. Well, let's go to the third floor and work our way down. That seems easier. Well-fed fats, absolutely. Face into a corner. I disapprove. Oh, come on, we can escape this battle. There are plenty of gross racial fetishists in Hollywood. Absolutely. How do you do actions in this chat? I don't know. What? Why am I expected to know these things? Because it's my channel? That's a good way to be disappointed in me. Aha, Green Park. I knew it. Run away. Oh. I got involved in this again. Time for another smoke machine. Funeral Air just did one. I don't think those show up on the stream chat. The chat that's shown on stream, which is what I'm looking at. Okay, we found the item. It was a treasure key. Which, hey, good enough. Didn't cost me anything. I just used the chat that turns up in the stream preview. Slightly less resource intensive. Hey Ellie, what's up? Right, I'm the boss. Okay, we're gonna go to Harajuku. Finish that quest. That's right, whatever actions are occurring, they are a mystery to me. I could probably change the chat. So I could see those, but... You're a real pro. You shouldn't waste your time studying for exams. Kane, the wizard of Harajuku. And we got candy. You know, it's a good day all around. Hey, Tsubasa. Oh, another quest. Okay. I'll accept this. Rape Dia. Alright. You get some ingredients. So the people can have their energetic crepes. Energy drink. Fresh spicy curry. I mean, if you are literally spamming things, you should probably get a timeout. That is my opinion. Problem with auto moderation is that it cannot reliably judge edge cases. But at the same time, I'm not particularly interested in running an anarcho chat. Alright, 2 fresh spicy curry. And 2 energy drink. True perception managed to jump. That's amazing. I try not to jump in real life. My knees and my ankles and my shins. None of them like it. Alright, back to Harajuku. Let's report in. We got the ingredients for the best energetic crepe ever. It's made with curry and energy drinks. Sounds lovely. I'm sure. The ingredient, but we need the curry. Bye. Thank. Yeah, you're welcome. I gave you the. Place the milk with a stamina drink. Oh, it's not mixing? Shocking. Counteract this curry with chocolate syrup. Sounds like a good crepe to me. Don't know what you people are freaking out about. Biovita hydroxy crepe. Sure. Alright, we completed that quest and I was going to come to the arena anyway. Because I feel like the arena is good training. Probably better training than just hanging around outside the boss room. Current dungeon. And also I get items for it. Alright, let's do the daily challenge. Maybe it's something good. Or maybe it's some kind of garbage. I didn't think of that. What was some pile of garbage?
今がチャンスみたいよ。
そいやった衝撃一気やさんはあやったわ
Probably should have stacked off.
解放可能だありがとよカイン
Oh well.
いいわよ。
Live and learn. We're already at 2 game overs today in this
ついて
stream.
来られるわね。お願い。
次は俺が次
もう一つおまけ。決まった。当たらないわ。
Right, Kyria, get out of the way. Ooh, ow, don't do that. No. Incorrect.
時間の無駄ね。
了解いいねセッションいけるやった
Alright.
絶対レード。
Take out a second enemy.
やったわ。
俺から行くぜ一木頼むぜだってよろしく
私だって。決まったわ。
Ooh, that was kind of painful, but could have been a lot worse.
よし。
この間合いならここか俺に続けシクラン
援護。行くわ。
I think we're gonna get this.
やったわ。
こいつはやべえ
True perception, forgot your charging cable. That's bad. Come on. It's 2017, I think.
次は俺任せだ
Never forget a charging cable. And Rachel has learned to perform actions in the chat. We're all growing as people today. This is a good day for everyone. We even learned some new skills. Sneak peek increases chance to act sooner at the start of a round. I think we'll drop the speed boost. Okay, completed that weapon.
私の秘術。
Spirit Drain steals EP from an enemy. I don't think we need that right now. I own a bunch of chargers that I'm not even sure what they charge anymore. Ah, a new session skill for Tsubasa. That's good. Okay, that went okay. Although it's kind of lucky Toma did not get knocked out. And let's see about updating Toma and Tsubasa's weapons. That seems like a thing we should do. Now that we've learned all the skills from the current ones. Do. All right. Okay, you type the slash, then me, and then whatever your action is. Okay, sure. That makes sense. Alright, Subi, what have you got? Oh no, Tsubasa doesn't need a new one. Oma needs a new one. needs Eligor. Okay. That's much more powerful than what he has right now. So I'm all for giving him
これでい
this.
いかな。それじゃユニティするよ。
True Perception's new phone has a specialty charge port. Oh, that sucks. Proprietary
ユニティ。
charging. Bad scene. That's a bad scene, True Perception. Alright, new weapon for Toma.
こいつで決める。
今作った。
Yes, let's equip it. Jolly good. And who else needed one? Kyria, but we don't have what we need. I guess we do for this for the one after it, but not this. Don't have a hellish doll. I would prefer to do those in order.
他にパフォーマが
It's you don't think it's proprietary, but it's not standard. Either way, I guess. Sucks for you and your phone. Luckily, my last few phones have been able to share chargers for the most part. Not planned or anything, it just kind of worked out. I dug out my old Android phone, which I had before. I got my Windows phone I use currently. And kind of forced it to accept an Android update it isn't technically supposed to.
Oh.
Supposed to be a faster charge to hide the smaller battery life and has a larger screen. I'm sure there are many reasons that went into making a non-standard charge.
Oh.
Alright. Take a shot at this arena malarkey. I think we can kick some butt here.
俺だって成長してるはず。
よし。いや、この攻撃だ。この攻撃だ。
見切った。
There we go. That's what I like to see. Everything dying immediately.
俺の力解放可能だ。
ありがとうよカイン。うがて。
You know, you do these arena modes, you get AC coins, and once you get enough of them,
決まった
you
わね
get rare items and the like.
絶対つなげてやるよ。
熱いわよこれね
俺から行く。こいつか。
So doing that would be a good way to get yen, a little bit of experience, and some rare items.
最高の散り際を
Getting
用意して。
yen, I feel like, is going to be very important to me in this playthrough,
たぎるぜ。
because it means I can buy the higher grade accessories at Karabia.
今だ。俺に任せて。
Technically, if this was a first playthrough, it would not be available to me
もちろん。
until later in the game.
俺に続け。つないでくれ。
But if I can buy them, I can buy them.
とど
It's all game legal.
めいいわよ
それで弱点を攻めろ。
燃えなさいやったわ
始めよう。今だ。次いただき。
The only thing with these arena battles is I cannot use items,
運命を超える。
and I
いいわよ
cannot
よし
この攻撃だ。
change party members.
セッション。
よし。
For better or for worse, until I'm done with this run in the arena.
援護行くわ
My party is Itsuki, Toma, Kiria.
俺に力を貸してくれ。任せろ。いつでもいいぞ。すべて焼き尽くす。弱点発見。
フォローミーいつき
俺だってこの日を逃すの。
私だって
Luckily these days it's easy enough to find characters available for almost any type of plugin, except for some proprietary formats.
ナイスコンビネーション。次頼むぜ。
As you say, your phone isn't a proprietary charge, it's just a unusual one, so
みんな無事か。
it may cost a little more, but hopefully
イカズチよ。
you'll be able to find a charger through perception,
つないでくれ。
fair one, at least.
この毒。まずいな。この日を逃すの。いいね。オッケー。うおー。始めよう。よろしく。いいね。
そりゃ
オッケー。
I like when Taria laughs creepily at the start of Kiria's
これ
turn,
がいい
まずは俺とも。
because that's kind of Taria in any game.
俺の力解放可能だ。
ありがとうよ。カイン。たぎるぜ。
弱点だ。
まずはよろしく。
もう一つおまけ
You're sure the store that sold the phone will have it? Hopefully.
よし。
I found that to be mostly, but not always true,
つないでくれ。
sadly.
私たちの勝ちだね
なんだか照れくさいな。
Alright. Storm through that. Like, that was easy, but you know, it was 1,000 experience and 10,000 yen, which isn't nothing.
俺の技。
You know, we got some new skills. Dual Dispatch. Light attack effective against armored and horseback mirages. Is better than Armor Slayer. So let's do that. Costs a little more EP, but it's effective against more things.
受け取れ。トマ。
Flame Strike, level up for Toma,
さす。
makes it more powerful. I am pro this.
おお。
We'll do an encore. If you make it through 2 encores, you get a lot more bonus AC coins in the arena, so...
ほらほら。行くぞ。
So we have this level up thing in the chat, and I don't really do
それ
anything
で
with
いいね
it.
いいね。
Which, you know, whatever.
オッケ
But
ー。いいね。この日を逃すの。
I was wondering, is there anything people in the chat would want bots to do?
ついてきて。翼。
I know different channels have lots of different bots running around doing bot things, but
クロム。俺に力を貸してくれ。絶対。よし。
いけるわ
I don't have a lot of time personally to watch streams, so I can't
いけそうね
tell what's cool with the kids these days.
よし。
クロム直伝やった。衝撃いつくやら。
援護
What's
行くわ
hip?
とどめ
No?
私の歌が聞きたいの
やった。
I mean, don't let my dashing good looks fool you, but I am 31.
大成功
トーマ。次いただきつないでくれ。
もう一つおまけこれで
Alright. Reinforcements arriving.
今の俺の敵じゃねえな。
Like what? Allows to knock a volleyball around? Yes, exactly. True perception.
いつでもいいぞ。
One thing I value in your true perception is your sincerity and willingness to engage in constructive dialogue.
お願い
つなぐ。頼んだ。
もう一つおまけ
Boom, okay. There we go.
やるな。
Almost got this one done already.
よし
落ちろ。
I know there's not much I can do with this Mikula bot specifically, but there are other bots I could drag into this mess.
絶対つなげてやるよ。
あれ狂え。そう
俺から行く。頼んだ。任せろ。
Boom.
翼じゃ。
Getting out of here, buddy.
俺の番か。絶
Challenge
対つなげてやるよ。クロム直伝。この日を逃すな。衝撃。
I could do challenge
もう一つ
stuff.
おまけ。これで。
じゃあ俺も本気で。よし。うおー。じゃあ発見始めよう。頼んだ。
絶対決めるね。
Bassa, gonna finish that off. Good job.
いい
Which
わ
is
よ。
not really that much fun. Well, that sucks then. Fun is the watchword.
セッション。いける。
Fun for everyone.
これ。やったわ。
衝撃。
Command you all to have fun.
つなぐ。まだ終わらない。
私だって。決まったわ。
その調子。
今がチャンスみたいよ。
しびれろ。
That's one horse down. That's two.
ナイスコンビネーション。いいぜいいぜ。無理はするなよ。あ、
Might be three before all is said and done.
いつでもいいぞ。はあ。ざっとこんなもんや。
ライブスタート。いつき。
There we go.
言うなよ。
そうね。これで終わり。
みんなの応援のおかげだ
Easy.
ぜ。
But again, experience and skills, you know? Stage rank up for Kyria. Destroyer's energy.
俺のとっておきだ。受け取れ、トーマ。
And a new session skill for Toma, which I'm happy about.
この力。
What does Sheeta have?
翼。
Boost her sword wind
や。
session
いい
skill.
かしら。
That's also good. I'll take that.
おお。
One final encore? Absolutely. Absolutely strange guy whose nose is in a dick sleeve.
そうです。私に力を貸して。遊んであげる。
いつでもいいぞ。
燃えなさい。
Maybe level
やった
titles.
わ。
ついてきて。この日を逃すな。次いただきます。
私だって。いいわね。
I know other streams have things like music requests and so forth,
よし。
but other people may like the background music of these games.
いつき。
だってよろしく。
絶対決めるね。大成功。
And then there are things that are a bit out there like in
そ
chat
の調子。
currencies
攻
and
撃だ。
things like that that
やった。
私に
I
続きなさい。
personally wouldn't have an interest in, but I guess would not be actively harmful.
そうね。
We just have in the background for those who do
一緒
care.
に行こう。クロム。おう。
今がチャンスみたいよ。
イカズチよ。
私に続きなさい。お願
次いただき翼じゃ。
い。もう一つおまけ。大成功。
821 song requests, not from my stream. No.
俺の力解放可能だ。ありがとうよカイン。いいね。いつでもいいぞ。
Absolutely not.
すべて焼き尽くす。聞いたぜ。
ライブスタート。いけるわね。
次は俺今だ。
I already feel kind of bad about talking over in-game music. Never mind talking over requested music.
よし。
焼き尽くせ。
俺から行く。行ってくれ。任せろ。信じてるぜ。
そうね。大成
いけるか相棒。ああ、いつでも。
功。つなぎなさい。
Yeah, I've never set up anything to allow for song requests.
フォローミー。つないで。
まだまだ。まとめて片付けてやるぜ。
I'm here to bring you the game. Man,
カイ、俺に力を貸してくれ。任せろ。いつでもいいぞ。カインと
I ain't your radio station.
俺から言ってくれ。
任せて。
But I could be if you wanted me to. Would you like to request a night in Tunisia? Alright.
他の言い方はないの？
よし
A night in Tunisia.
了解
In the bed I did jizya.
これね。
Tried to find a decent pizzeria. But no one said Mamma Mia.
輝いてるぜ
That's how I knew the pizza was not good
やった
in Tunisia.
やり
フォローミー。次はお前よ。
俺だってよろしく
I hope you enjoyed your song request, True Perception.
ミラージュアタックいけるぞ
了解
いけそうね。
もちろんここか
フォローミー。
次
It's not a porno movie. That's your loss, really.
この調子でいこ
おおおお
Alright, 18 arena cards. So we get a bead chain. How about Why Don't We Do It in the Road by the Beatles? Okay, this one I know. Water first before I do this. I can do this. And a 1. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't we do it in the road? Because we'll get run over by a truck. And that would really freaking suck, you toad. That's why we don't do it in the road. There we go. That was my favorite
う
Beatles
成
song.
長してるはず
よく頑張ったな
了解
いつき
見切ったよし倒したぞ俺から行くぜつないでくれ
もう一つおまけ。決まった。
余裕余裕いつでもいいぞもらった
100点だ
始めよう
Alright,
次
let's get through this again. Easy peasy. That's at least as good as the actual song.
たまりに
That wasn't the actual song?
セッショ
他の言い
ンいけるぜ
方はないの？焼き尽くせ。
My memory playing tricks on
や
me.
ったわ。
始めよう
この日を逃すぞ
When you're my age, you know, you don't remember things so well. C'est magnifique.
じゃあ俺も本気
Très
で
bien. Merci beaucoup.
それそれいけそうね。
燃えろ俺の聞いたぜ
ライブスタート。
ああ行ってくれ
もう一つ
Come
お
on,
まけ。
get down, you troll.
かかって
It's okay,
き
the
なさい。
Beatles are a pretty obscure group. I mean, there are no
こ
monkeys,
の攻撃だ
no?
燃えなさい。やったわ。
まずはお任せだ
There are no
次
wings.
いただくまとめて片付けてやるぜ
任せて。
ミラージュアタックいけるぞこの攻撃だ
Wings were everything the Beatles aspired to be, but fell short of.
任せて。いいわね。
クロム俺に力を貸してくれ
おこの攻撃だ
Beatles, True Perception, coming in strong with the Powerpuff Girl references.
いけるわね。
任せろ
That was a pretty good episode of that show.
助けてやるぜ
So not one any kid watching would have
俺に
had
力を貸
any
してくれ
idea what was happening with. Right, Fuzzy Lumpkins, he does that thing with the rock.
つなぐ翼
Therefore, they're a rock group.
絶対つなげてやるよ
熱いわよ。
始めよう俺や
絶対決めるね。
Man, that was a pretty good show.
クロム俺に力を貸してくれ
お
Should probably
よ
heal
っしゃ
Toma.
最高だ
Okay, that's the thing about not having a revival spell. is that if someone drops in this, they're done. Because I can't use an item to bring them back. True Perception love the adult aimed gags, but if you're roughly the same age as me, that means you were probably 15 when you saw them. Kind of puts you right at the edge of getting them. So if you were 6 and watching the Beat Alls episode of the Powerpuff Girls, I mean, what is that?
俺も負けてられないな。絶対つなげてやるよ。この攻撃だ。
Not to suggest they shouldn't have made those jokes, because all those jokes are amazing.
いいフレーズが浮かんだわ。
And it's always good to put in jokes for older people in your cartoons, because oftentimes children are watching them with parents or other guardians.
こんなものね。
It's what Disney Pixar does so well. Having to aim jokes at 2 different demographics.
俺の技。今の五木なら使いこなせる。
Quick step. Raises evade versus attacks. Yeah, absolutely. We'll drop our resistance boost and we'll take on that. That completes the Matador weapon.
俺のとっておきだ。受け取れ。トマ。
Oma learns a resistance boost, but I don't think we're going to use that right now.
いいか。
この力。
Gotta entertain the rents, that's right. Salt dive, power up.
いいかしら。
That will do nicely.
おお。
Do an encore. Encore presentation of me beating up easily defeatable monsters.
戦闘開
This
始だ。
will boost my ego, if nothing else.
絶対つなげてやるよ。クロムみたいに。よし。一番やり。いけるか。
I want to wring everything I can out of the beginner level arena before moving up to intermediate.
駆け抜けるぞ。お、それで弱点を攻めろ。たぎるぜ。引いたぜ。
私に続きなさい。
The maximum amount of utility I will get out of beginner mode arena is right now.
さすがだわ。
I won't be beating it too much faster later on in the game, so right now when the experience and the money and the items are still potentially useful is the time for me to do this. Flare Star used Encore.
あいつで最後だ。
It's
今
super
がチャンス
effective.
みたいよ。
切る。やった。一番やり。
And just like the Encore in Pokemon,
終わりにしてあげるわ。
it results in me doing the same thing over and over.
わかってるけ。
But hey, that's RPGs.
引いたぜ。
ついてこられるわね。
You don't like repetitive actions. RPGs are not a genre for you.
私はもう誰にも負けな
It's
い。
not the ones I play.
この攻撃だ。
焼き尽くせ。そう、これがいい。
次、いただき、次頼むぜ。
Damn.
大丈夫か、いつき。まだまだ。この攻撃だ。クロムみたいに。やった。衝撃一つ技じゃ。
You know, this apartment does not have good lighting. There are no lamps back here. Like, there are no fixture lighting things here on this side of the apartment living room.
すべて焼き尽くす。
Everything's very
私に
gloomy.
続きなさい。
I have a lamp up
つなぐ。
that I use for streams, but with me having to lock the screen doors behind me when I do these Tokyo Mirage Session
いけ
streams,
るぜ。
燃えなさい。
it's really bad lighting.
そう、これがいいんだ。
I'm not in favor of.
もう一つおまけ。
I'll have to find some solution to that, but
いけるいける。俺に任せて。そ
See what I can do about that
行く
sometime.
ぜ相棒ヒーローらしくな
それで弱点を攻めろ。
うわー聞いたぜ
フォローミー。
つなぐ
この日を逃すな。
もう一つおまけ。これで
Boom, boom, boom.
私に任せなさい。
了解
Easy stuff
絶
here.
対レード。
5 of these
これね。
一番やり宿やら
might be tough for a weakling, but not for us.
もう一つおま
Looks
け。
cozy to you, Funeral Lair?
一緒に行こう
That's good.
クロム
I have weird aesthetic sense when it comes to
今がチャン
colors
ス
and
みたい
lighting.
よ
I like colors to be a lot warmer.
フォローミー。
Means usually I'm cranking it up on webcams and the like, and it looks good to me, but no one else.
いいぜいいぜ
よし。
So I kind of have to rely on other people's
ついてこられるわね。
opinions on how these things look.
よろしく
私だって。やった。私たちの勝ちだね。
みんなの応援のおかげだぜ
Another splendid victory. Alright, Dick Sleeve, let's go.
落ち着いていこう了解よし
That's it.
この攻撃だ
それ
絶対つなげてやるよ光の刃よよし俺に続けまとめて片付けてやるぜ
援護。
Guess it doesn't matter what level of
やったわ。
俺についてこれるかい
session we get here. Everything's dropping in a few hits anyway.
どうよ俺の槍はざっとこんなもんや
成長したわね。
オッケーセッションいけるぜ
絶対レード。体験し。そう。これがいい。
俺に続け信じてるぜ次は俺頼んだ
Also, I guess not many people have learned session skills that incorporate
クロム
Eleonora's bow,
おう絶対つなげてや
as
る
we're
よ
not seeing her crop up a lot in these session attacks.
衝撃いつまとめて片付け
Certainly
て
not
や
as
るぜ
often as Tsubasa does.
輝いてるぜ
That'll come in time.
いけるわ。
Oh, Toma's
聞いた
bring
ぜ
out
私に
VP.
続きなさい。いつき。
お次
Could probably
もう一つおまけ。
healed in between these runs. Because I've no items to
あいつらの
recover
パフォー
EP
マー
with.
全部奪い返す。
いつでもいいぞ
凍えなさい。
衝撃いいたみつき頼むぜおお頼んだ
Alright.
完全懲悪
Yeah.
つなぎなさい。
And let's throw a full throttle out there.
任せたぜカイ
Special performance. We got our special performance gauge filled,
私に続きな
and
さ
we're
い。
just going to fill it back up during these battles.
次は俺頼んだ
We don't really need to do it because these enemies are so weak, but
まだまだ
oh damn it, Itsuki is also out of EP.
それ
よし。
Okay.
この攻撃だ
Regular attack from
こ
Itsuki.
れで
さてと。
いつでもいいぞ
And luckily, Kyria has plenty of EP, so we can just
ね。
始めよう
rely on her to start these
信
sessions.
じてるぜ
もう一つおまけ。
Yeah, yeah.
おっと
Attack me for your piddling amount of
完全
damage.
懲悪俺の番か
みんな集中して。
やった
Alright.
焼き尽くせ。
Good thing about Kiria is she has a lot of different element spells. So she's really easy to begin sessions with.
まだまだ
次の仕事遅れそうだわ。
呪いでどうにかするわよ。
Reminds me of the first stream of this game where EP ran out so quickly I had to spend like 10 minutes in battle just guarding over and over against an enemy that could not deal damage to me because they were also out of EP.
完全懲悪
It was a party for sure.
たまりにたまっているわよ。
他の言い方はないの？
セッションいける
これ。
Alright, let's drop some ice on all of these.
そう、これがいいの。
一番やり次頼むぜ俺だって次
私だって。
That's one of them out.
程度効かねえよ
Blocking damage. Ooh, no, that's bad.
今の俺の敵じゃねえな
私は倒れてられないのよ。
よしやった
Yeah, one of these out at
い
least.
ける
燃えなさい。そう、これがいい。
次ナイスコンビネーション信じてるぜ
もう一つおまけ。決まった。
やるな
And Itsuki is going after it. Damn it, we still haven't charged enough to heal.
つなぎなさ
了解セッションいけるぜ了解了解
い。いけるわ。いいわ、いけ、つなぎなさい。
Okay,
よし。
let's see how this works out.
クロム時放
I guess Kiria has more than 1 HP, so that wasn't her resist 1
俺に続け
deadly attack
つないであげる。
skill.
やったわ。
効かねえよ
ごめんなさい。
Damn.
キリアさん
Okay,
マジかよ
we'll do what we can here. We'll probably be able to win this, but
大丈夫かいつき。
まだまだ
and it's not like the experience gain is so bad, or so good rather, that it will throw off things and make Kiria super behind.
一番やりつないでくれ
私だって。決まった。
効かねえよ
油断するなよトマ。
分かってるってよ
But
し
yeah, we'll probably play out this battle and then
聞いたぜ
encore request or not, probably back out and
俺
heal.
の活躍最高だったろ
Alright, some new skills.
俺のとっておきだ。受け取れ
Fire
ト
expertise
マ。
raises power of fire attacks. Yeah, I'll drop a defense boost for that. Sure.
いいか
That weapon is complete.
この力受け取って。
Vita is learning watchfulness. Increases experience gained while in subcast. Yeah, sure. I will drop the magic boost. No, I will drop the speed boost
いいかしら。
for that.
いいかしら。
Sounds about right. King Ray is also complete.
おおおお。
Get a new prize, Peddler's Ploy. Farewell. Alright, let's talk to the boss man back here.
おう
See about the arena. Fines. Peddler's Ply. So we're at 40 AC. get to at least 80, but there's a secret prize at 100, so... Alright. I'm going to give the intermediate arena a shot. I don't think we'll do great in it, but if I'm able to get a level or two out of that, I'll be in a position to at least challenge that mid-boss. So let's see what happens.
覚悟は決めたぜ。
いけるわ。
弱点発見。
私に続きなさい。次。
任せた。
私だって。
It's obviously already a little tougher, as we didn't defeat everything immediately.
セッションいけるぜ。
つなぎなさい。
How much I can do there.
今がチャンスみたいよ。
そい。これだな。衝撃一気やさ。
つないであげる。やったわ。
Poison. Oh, missed. Lightning. Ooh, that hurt.
今の私たちは絶対に強い。
Not like that. Okay.
よし。
痛いわよ。やったわ。
まずは俺が。
This will be tougher, but, you know, it could also be profitable.
いただき。やらー。
That's always the risk with these things.
大丈夫かいつき。
まだまだ。よっしゃ。
But at the very least, any items in yen I pick up doing sessions here
追撃追撃。
does stick with me, I believe.
ライブスタート。いつき。
つなぐ。よろしく。
私だって。
I hope.
みんな集中して。
よし。
熱いわよ。
始めよう。
大
次。
成
任せろ。
Alright.
絶対決めるね。
One round down.
いいわね。
いいね。了解。
Let's raise our hit and evasion.
いいぜいいぜ。
ここまで。
Well, that went well.
キリアさん、マジかよ。
Let's leave
逃げる
that.
ぜ。
We'll get some experience. Enough for Toma to level. Sorry to disappoint you, arena boss guy. Alright, tell you what. I'm gonna go back to the dungeon. Gonna try and take on this mid-boss. And depending on how that goes, we may just call it a stream there. Because otherwise this is going to get very grindy very quickly. And there's no need to subject all you good viewers to that. Let's see what happens. Grind time. It's always grind time. Shouldn't have picked lunatic mode, but hey, you know, I wanted a challenge. I have no idea where to go from here. Ah, this
俺を
way.
構えろいつき
Junior Layer doesn't mind the grind. That's good. Because there have certainly already been some grind heavy streams of this from me.
俺を構えろいつき
At least one that I believe was all grind.
敵の気配は消えたようだ
Alright. Well, not that. Casting. In my main party. Ellie and Tsubasa, they can't do it. We are screwed. Yeah, I like grinding stuff in RPGs too if it isn't too awful. Absolutely. Grinding can be relaxing. For me at least. You know, you're putting work in and you're getting tangible results.
くそバーリーさんはどこにいるんだ
奥に進むしかなさ
Let's
そう
watch
ね
this lovely cutscene again.
待ちなさい何か来るわ
Western RPG grinding, yeah. Not so much.
来るぞみんな気をつけろ
Alright. Last time I fought this battle, it was over within a round.
だけど
オッケ
Let's see if this goes a
ー
bit
親玉
better.
登場ねはいよこの戦い絶対負けられないよいい感じ
Well, we haven't taken any hits yet, so
助かった
there we go.
これなら
よし
Our defense is up. Our hit and evasion is up. Their attack is down. That's right, this is why this went bad. They did all this bullshit to me. Alright, Tsubasa's out.
その調子だいつき
うんありがとう
こっちよセッションいけるわ
失望させないで失望させないで
こ
乗れないわ乗れないわ
それで生きた
セッションいけるわ
Alright. Maybe Tsubasa is not actually the best pick here. Did I play The Last Remnant? No, actually I didn't. I think I own it. I may have played a little bit of it.
私頑張るねああもう
乗れないわ
I think right now I got to worry less about the stat boosts.
ダメ
More about getting out their guys, because they're all about buffs and
セッ
debuffs.
ション行きます
Maybe that's the
今俺が
trick.
決めろよ俺や次頼むぜ
つないであげ
That
る
I can't go in there with a slow approach. I have to kind of run in there, get out their support as quickly as I can. Well, there goes Ellie.
俺の番か
Glad Tsubasa
バッチリ合わせるその技でそれバッ
You're the attack, but yeah, this isn't. This just isn't. I don't have an ending to that sentence. This isn't a thing that's going to happen right now. Look at this. And there we go. That's our third game over. 2 hours 17. Clock it off. There's gotta be a trick to it. Like, I'm not saying it's purely a puzzle, but something here that I'm missing. They're going to buff themselves and debuff us almost immediately. So I need to get at least one of them out. One of their mages, and they have 2 of them, will always heal. The other one will always use attack magic. They're also the weakest ones. If I can take out one of them before the battle proper starts, will they focus on healing or attacking me? If they focus on healing, that gives me room to get my buffs in. If they focus on attacking me, I can at least have Tsubasa try and cover us there. And then take out that mage on my second round of actions. And hopefully that reduces the enemy's action economy enough where we are least competitive. I'm going to try that just to see what happens. What is fast forward in this game? So this? Yes. At this stage, I'm not hoping to beat the enemy, I'm just advancing theories. Okay, we're going to use the debut smile special performance because it will raise defense, hit, and evasion. That'll normally take 2 actions for me to do, but now it will take 1. That frees up Itsuki to attack. While keeping out buffs. Get a 5 hit here, which is, yeah, a 5 hit or a 3 hit because that 4th hit won't count. Let's see how much damage I can actually do to one of these red barbarians. Not a lot. Maybe literally a case of being under-leveled. At least comparatively. Medium flame strike. Again, that's the same problem, so maybe we don't have the right party for this. Maybe Koma and Ellie be a good starting party for this battle. Koma may be able to take more hits. Okay.
クロム直伝この日を逃すな
ついてきなさい
Okay, we survived that first round okay-ish.
一気に行きましょう
That's not going to do
く
anything,
だらないわ
待て
but
私の番だから
Ellie's attack
No, they not.
will.
当然でしょ私から行くね続いてください
俺だって頼んだ俺や次頼むぜ
くだら
That
ない
doesn't do that.
次は
Okay.
どう攻める
So now we change out Tsubasa for Toma.
真打ち登場だぜさあクライマックスだぜ
That's the other thing I'm sure I'm supposed to be doing, especially on Lunatic mode, is swapping in and out characters mid-battle
始
a
めよ
lot
う
more.
私も行ってもう一つおまけキリアさん
On other difficulties, it's not really a concern, but... Alright, if you want to do that. I mean, that sucks, but I kind of expect that to happen. The real problem is the Chaos Knight gets to do that twice over.
え俺ここまで
Alright. That's...
マジかよ
That's a fifth dash. 223. I think we figured out something. Ellie should not be in the main party for this battle. She's weak against the Chaos Pegasus Knight's attack. And that knight gets 2 actions per turn. So there's a high chance of Ellie being hit by that. The other thing is, if we're taking out those mages, which we need to because they heal and use mass attack magic, then we need fire spells. Which also means that Homa needs to be in, and probably Kyria. Because they both have fire techniques. But Tsubasa is a good starter because she has the debut Smile special performance, which boosts defense, hit, and evasion. I want to do a random battle here real quick. I want to see what the experience gain looks like. Because on this stream I've been fighting mostly low powered enemies so much. Yeah, these things are going down
もう一つおまけ決まった
pretty easily.
クロム俺に力を貸してくれおうよしクロム直伝そこか一番やりいけるか
そうねいいわね
この調子でいこう
That's kind of bad because if I was making... Oh yeah. Okay, that's not good. You love the scenery here? Yeah, this dungeon is very pretty. Oh yeah, if you see behind the trees and the clouds, you can see here, they're props. And I think that's a cute touch. You know, you can see the strings holding up the clouds. Kind of like that. But yes, this means... Do enemy levels scale with your own? No. And those enemies I fought give nowhere near enough experience to make grinding there worth it. Which means if we're going to grind at all, it's going to be at the arena, because the arena levels do not scale either. So I can technically fight enemies slightly ahead of me, especially on intermediate. But even on beginner arena, I'm fighting so many enemies so quickly, I'm getting something out of that. So there are kind of three things I need to do here. You know, one is to get a better sense of the enemy's capabilities and what I need to do. And we've done an okay job with that so far. I think we need to take out those red mages that heal and use attack magic. And then the enemy is down to 4 actions around, instead of 6. And without any of them being healing. And then the second thing is to use the arena to level a little, because a level or 2 can make all the difference in this. And the third thing to do is to get a lot of money from the arena, because I think a key part of surviving in lunatic mode is that I can buy equipment, if I can afford it, from later in the game, because it's a new game plus and all the items are technically available for sale. So if I can buy high-powered equipment, put it on a slightly higher level party, and go into that boss battle with a strategy, I might be able to get through that.
Okay.
That's kind of the goal right now. You know, and there's going to be a factor of luck in all of that. You know, if I get those ad-lib performances to trigger, that could turn things around in a tough battle, and so on. But I can't go into a battle with that as an expectation. That's just a quick way to be disappointed. So I'll do a little bit of arena grinding, and then I'll see where we're at in terms of money and levels, and give that mid-boss another shot. This series would be a lot shorter if I was not playing it on the absolute highest difficulty mode. That is for sure. But you know, I'd already beaten the game on normal. Doing it on hard didn't seem like it would give me anything especially new or novel. So I decided to try lunatic mode. No, it didn't allow me, it does not allow me to carry over yen or levels or items. All I got to carry over were costumes, what's for sale in the shops, and posters. That's right, because you can buy posters in this game, but they don't do anything. They're just things you can look at. While the other difficulties on New Game Plus allow you to pick and choose what you bring over. And you can basically bring over everything.
どうよ俺の槍は振りつける
Well, I put myself at a real disadvantage. Never mind the increase in level. I've kind of cut off
預けるぞ
access to everything I've picked up in the previous
槍
playthrough.
の刃よよし倒したぞ
次の仕事遅れそうだわ。
了解
呪いでどうにか
これ
大成
衝
功
撃いいたらパス次は俺がまだ終わらない
But I figure I'll go back to my original plan of getting everything
やるじゃん
I can out of
いけるわ。
beginner arena.
うわ
Because now is when it's worth the most.
ついてこられる
It'll
わね。
never be worth more than it is now. It will only ever be
次
worth
は俺が
less.
次
We need all the posters. I have all the posters.
いいね
Believe you me, I made sure to get every single one of those posters.
いけそうね
絶対つなげてやるよクロム実
No
験
poster left unturned.
一番やりスクエラー
つないで
Maybe
あ
I'll
げる
look through some of them. Some of them may be slightly spoilery,
みんな
so I'll have to kind of pick and choose. We're at 48 right now, and I believe we get 18 if we do the arena plus the 2 encores.
みんな落ち着いていこうセッションいけるぜ見切ったこれだな一番やりパス
絶対決めるね決まった
やるじゃん
Alright, get in
そ
there,
れで
Toma.
弱点を攻めろ
たぎるぜ弱点だ
フォローミ
I also have
ー任せるわ。
like the posters and the signs and other graphics and UI elements from the game all ripped
いろいろ試したいことがあ
and
る
on a folder somewhere on my laptop
絶対レード体験しこれね。
because this game just has so much style.
気を逃すぞ
ナイスコンビネつないでくれ
I had to have it. I had to have it all.
俺たちが
Why should I have to turn on my Wii U to
絶対
experience
つ
it?
なげてやるよこの間合いならこれだな一番やり次頼むぜ
はあ。とどめ。
まだいけるかカイ任せろ
それ
Alright,
いけそうね
apparitions.
燃えろ俺の
Time to get out of here, little buddies.
ライブスタート。つないで。
俺だって任せた
呪いの効果が出るまでもう少し
そ
その
れで弱
頃には
点を攻めろ
倒して燃えなさい。やったわ。
I mentioned earlier I forced an old Android phone I owned to accept an update to a newer version of Android, even though it technically did not.
分かってるって
よし。
And I did that because despite it being an old phone without a contract,
弱点発見
ライブスタ
I
ート。
managed to install Fire Emblem Heroes on it.
頼んだ
私だって
So while I can't literally play it anywhere,
ミラージュアタックいけるぞ
because I have no phone service on it,
針の刃
I
その調子だ
can
見つけ
play Fire Emblem Heroes on a cell phone now, anywhere that I have a Wi-Fi connection at.
さありゃ。
よし
ほとばしれ。
And you know, these days,
これがいい。
lots of places have Wi-Fi
気を
connections.
逃すぞ
次いただきます
So now I'm going to be truly unstoppable. That game at
全
least.
掌握やった
This game, in this Fire Emblem
全
game,
て焼き尽くす聞いたぜついてく
because let us remember, that is what the sharp FE stands for.
その調子
This Fire Emblem game,
よし
I'm very much stoppable.
クロムみたいにこれだな衝撃いいスクエラー
絶対決めるね
私も続く。
Stopping me is relatively easy in this game.
焼き尽くせ。これね。
俺から行く
この日を逃す
You know what? I tried Lunatic mode on Fire Emblem Awakening
一つおまけ
once, and it too is fucking hard. Harder than this, I'd say.
俺の力解放可能だ
Because like the strategy guides online for Lunatic Mode Fire Emblem Awakening for the first few battles is just put Frederick in front of everything and hope the RNG lets him live. Repeat until he is over leveled, then use him as a shield even more until everyone else catches up. At least this one I feel I am not so much at the mercy of RNG. It's obviously still a factor. But we're not early enough in the game for small variances in numbers to make a huge impact anymore. Probably got some. Sure. I mean, this game is the best Fire Emblem game. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
それで弱点を攻めろ。いけそうね。
ライブスタート。
Certainly the most stylish. I heard rumors they were going to be making a sequel to this on the Nintendo Switch. Which, if that gets announced, I will buy a Switch. That's just the way it's going to be. Now, to be fair, I'm still going to buy a Switch. Just not on launch. I mean, I want to play Breath of the Wild, like most people do. I'm just willing to wait on it. But if Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2 ends up being a thing, I want my Switch on lock. I don't want anything potentially getting in my way. I will buy a Switch and keep it in a airtight glass case until that game comes out. And then I will play it on normal difficulty. Because this difficulty level is teaching me a very painful lesson. But you know what, that's not a big deal, because I would have been doing this arena anyway. I don't think I've put in significantly more time into this game than I would have if it was on an easier difficulty. A few hours certainly, but a few hours in an RPG playtime is... that also comes under random variance in numbers. Alright, horse down. Ironclad Cavalier, rather. Not horse. Let's be respectful to these abominations. Coming to my universe, stealing my performa? No thank you, buddy. There we go. I think that was our second encore too. You know, 11,000 yen, not bad. Yeah, 18 arena coins. Get a new item, the large gold bar. Heal up. Save, run it again. Easy enough. Only complaint I have about this game is that if it's not installed to a hard drive, it can be a bit slow getting into menus. Alright, if we get 18 from this, we'll be at 90 times, and then we can just... Okay, we're going to do at least 2 more of these. Well, at most 2 more of these, actually. And they go quick enough.
もう一つおまけ決まった
Then we should be ready for the intermediate one.
俺の槍は聞いたぜ俺から翼
絶対決めるねこれで
That'll get us in a position to gain some actual
いろいろ
levels.
試したいことがあるの
So there's a small chance Itsuki could level off this one.
これね
ついてきて今だナイスコンビネ翼じゃ
A very small chance given the Jaeger amount of experience we're getting from these.
無理はするなよ。ああ
Not getting anything? Okay. No sessions from Toma against these guys.
よし
That's right, I should mention that I have actually decided on the next game I'll be streaming
繋いであげる
in what was once Shining Force 2 slot.
さすがだわ
Beginning Monday,
いつでもいいぞ
then
焼き
Thursday,
これね
俺から行く
I will be streaming the Nintendo 64 RPG platformer classic Mystical Ninja, starring Goemon, known as Ganbare Goemon in Japan. That's a fun little game
お前の判断を信じるぞ。
that I'll enjoy going back to.
クロム直伝
その調子だ。いつき。
一番槍翼じゃ
It was between that and slightly more grim and horribly depressing
さあで
Breath
私
of
に力を
Fire
貸して
Dragon
遊ん
Quarter.
であげる
この日を逃すな。
これやったわ
But they are both games I like in different ways. So it's very likely I'll get to both of them in due time.
やるじゃん
いけるわ私に続きなさい
Now, playing Goemon with an Xbox 360 controller is going to be fun.
俺に任せて
I guess I'll have to map
セッションいけるぜ
B buttons to the right stick, and that's going to be weird
ライブスタート
because
いけるわね
the C buttons on an N64 controller do not control a camera in the way a right control stick does normally. Alright, stage rank up for Itsuki. New performer, determined power. That's the other thing, we're getting these new performers from our stage ranks, which can also be useful.
ヒーロー参上ってな
よし
ざっとこんなもんや
私に
So
続きなさい
tomorrow I'll be doing Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8, even though I'm still very salty about being robbed of promotion.
了解
Robbed by Huang Gai. I should be a viceroy right now, not a piddling little prefect.
繋いでくれ
So that happened, I got blasted by magic, which, you know, is its own brand of BS that I'm not pleased with.
いつでもいいぞ
熱いわよ やったわ。
ついてきて頼んだ。
But we just gotta do what we can. One guy is like 68 now. He surely does not have long left in the tank. Don't know about Ganbare Goemon games. You only tried the Super Famicom one. Didn't like it. Yeah, I think the N64 one is quite different from the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom games. Dragon Quarter is a very good game that is
ついてこられるわね。
very maligned
次いただく信じてるぜ。
within the Breath of Fire community. But what do they know? I'll never be Viceroy as long as Rongai is alive. That's true.
この攻撃だ。
熱いわよ。
That's why we're going to try and butter up to him.
始めよう。この日を逃すな。
Or maybe we won't butter up to him. We're going to butter up to the other prefects. And then when Huang Gai dies and inevitably appoints someone ridiculous as successor, we will declare our independence. And hopefully we're friends with enough prefects that we can get a splinter going in our favor.
熱いわよ。やったわ。
始めよう。決めろよ。
And I will be ruler instead of the ruler.
俺たちがやるんだ。セッション。
And our real path to power begins.
驚け。
ライブスタート。どうも。
任せろ。信じてるぜ。
Because of course, our character Zhang Mei is in her 40s now. If this is gonna happen, she needs to
いけるわ。
get cracking soon
すべて焼き尽くす。
ライブスター
if
ト。
China is to be united under her benevolent rule.
頼んだ。
私だって。
ミラージュアタックいけるぞ。
今がチャンスみたいよ。
Of course it will be, there's no doubt there,
つ
but
いてこられるわね。
Dragon Quarter got accepted when Breath of Fire 6 came out. One black sheep is enough, that's true.
成長したわね。
I haven't played 6 for obvious reasons, but I like all the other Breath of Fire games, more or less.
やったわ。
始めよう。よろしく。
A lot of fun with 3, really liked 4,
もう一つおまけ。
and Dragon Quarter. They're all gorgeous games too. In terms of art style, art direction, it always helps.
セッションいけるぜ。クロム直伝これだな。一番やり。
6 though, I don't know, man. That's
俺の力解放可能だ。ありがとう。
played 3 for a very brief time, Rachel. Breath of Fire 3 is a fun game.
私だって。
ラスト。行くわよ。
It had not insignificant impact
熱いわよ。
in terms of music and aesthetic and settings, in terms of what I like in video games.
これが本物のパフォーマンスよ。
I liked its jazzy soundtrack. Boss, new performer, Greater Heights. There's a girl named Nina, and she went, yeah, when she attacked. That is absolutely true. That is accurate. Your memories of Breath of Fire 3 are accurate, if incomplete.
ミラージュアタックいけるぞ。
了解。
There is always a Ryu and a Nina in Breath of Fire, it's true.
俺から行くぜ。つないでくれ。
任せて。
There's always a Link and a Zelda, there's always a Ryu and a Nina.
貫け。振りつける。俺から行く次。
私だって。いいわね。
私も続く。
いいね。
燃えなさい。やったわ。
俺から行ってくれ。俺や。
My phone just yelled at me. Whatever, cell phone.
俺らのコンビネーション。
We've got grinding to do.
いいわよ。
But maybe I should turn down the volume on it at least.
ライブスタート。いけるわね。
次は俺翼
There we go.
それいいわね。
どうするよし
I might prefer Breath of Fire 4 to 3,
一番やり
but
まとめて片付けてやるぜ
kind of a toss-up.
やったわ。
They're both
私も続く。
excellent games. So I feel like I'd be splitting hairs
よし
to a certain extent.
凍えなさい。やったわ。
始めようトーマナイスコンビネ次取る
Dragon
ぜ
Quarter is very much its own thing. Not exactly courting controversy by saying that,
この攻撃だ見切った
but I feel it's an
俺から行くぜ
excellent and arresting game
もう一つおまけ。
in its own right.
行くぜ相棒ヒーローらしい
この日を逃すな
And sure, it's not what the fan base wanted at the time. And you could make the argument it was probably, it may have been the wrong move in terms of courting sales. That game is still very good at what it's doing.
そうこれがいい。
一曲で任せろスペアラー
私だって。
But to ask the core fan base to come along for the ride with that was always going to be a tough sell.
了解よし絶対つなげてやるよそいここか一番やり翼じゃん
私だって。
Alright.
俺の力解放可能だありがとよカインいいね
What, that Dark Cleric isn't out yet? Come on.
ライブスタート。
We're not playing on intermediate arena here. These things should be falling.
私も続く。
セッションいける
焼き尽くせ。
More water.
始めよう
Talking for hours like this really drives me up.
翼ちゃん頑張
もう一つおまけ。
Doesn't mean I have to do it more. Get used to it.
頼むぜ
Partly why I started these streams. So I could talk more.
それで弱点を攻めろ
4 is the most polished one in terms of gameplay and art style.
この日を
Yeah,
逃すな
絶対決めるね。
I mean at that point they're used to the architecture of the PlayStation.
ありがとう。いいわよ。私に任せなさい。
I think it manages to
よし
blend
絶対零度。体験してごたえ。
its
衝撃
mostly cheerful nature with some dark edges in that story, which is something I appreciated.
この命預けるぞ
お互いにな
ありがとう。
Thank you for hanging in there, Kyria.
ライガの動きを
Not sure
思
why
い出
this
せ
battle is so
いつ
tough.
でもいいぞうがて弱点発見俺から行く
この日を逃すな
Also, Breath of Fire 4 has Khan, who is my favorite recurring
分かってる。
この日
sub
を逃
boss
すな
in any video game, I think.
絶対零度。
Certainly the one with the best
これ
tune.
ね。
衝撃いけるかへあ翼
絶対決めるね。いいわね。みんなありがと
There's
う。
a lot of good characters in 4, now that I think about it. Alright. We're at 90 kinds. That means we just have to run this beginner gauntlet one more time. But yeah, Breath of Fire 4 has Urshin, Ursula, DS. I guess Kray's okay. And of course Ryu and Nina. Hulu is fine. Got a couple of references to Breath of Fire 3, which are cute. If I was to ever do Breath of Fire streams, I'd probably start with Dragon Quarter, then jump back to 3 and 4. Dragon Quarter just because it doesn't get enough respect. Or at least it didn't. Now that Breath of Fire 6 is out, that's starting to change apparently. Urshin assists.
時間の無駄ね。
よし。
熱いわよ。そう、これがいい。
まだ終わらない。任せろ。次頼むぜ。
Translator guys overdid with 4 though. 4 has a spotty localization. Absolutely true. It's very unfortunate. Especially for when that game came out. Because this is around the time localizations were moving away from that sort of thing.
いいフレーズが浮かんだわ。
この攻撃だ。
焼き尽くせ。
ついてきて。決めろよ。おりゃ。予算してんだてめえ
I
だ。
mean, 4 even has edited scenes, which
じゃあ
is
俺も本気で。いつでもいいぞ。
certainly beyond what I would like in any localized video game. Yeah, Skias is supposed to be an alcoholic, but they changed the slurring to stuttering. That's a big change to make. Some people still really like that character, and you know, that's their call to like that character, but it's a completely different one.
私も続く。
よし。
焼き尽くせ。これね。
始めよう。
You know, and I don't know whether they thought they changed that to get lower rating, or if they're just like, no, we can't have a drunk in our video game. That's awful. But that's a bad call to make. If there was a patch that changed that, I would download it.
ついてきて。頼んだ。
私はもう誰にも負けない。
いいね。
燃えなさい。
So there's a beheading scene that gets an early fade out.
ついてきて。今だ。ナイス
That scene is a big deal in the game. So editing that again is something I'm not
よし。いいぞ。トーマ。
okay with.
ざっとこんなもんや。始めよう。
But at that point, that doesn't seem like localization.
やるな。
That's someone higher up at Capcom saying, change that.
一番やり。
And the localizer shrugging and going, yeah, okay. I like having a job.
俺たちは負けない。
Because no localizer is going to get the script to that and go, you know, out of nowhere. We should change that. We should change slurring to stuttering.
てめえら相手が悪かったな。
Like, that's not a thing that would usually happen. Someone higher up went, change, get rid of that. Do something else with it.
ミラージュアタックいけるぞ。
セッションいけるぜ。
Someone told me to tell you guys down here,
衝撃いけるか。
no more slurring.
さあ、
And
私
the
に力を
compromise
貸して。
probably was, well, we'll give him something. you know, some impediment.
やったわ。
俺から行く今だナイスコンビネ翼じゃ
もう一つおま
And again with the beheadings, like, yeah. Again, no localizer is likely to say off the top of their heads. Man, how about if we didn't show the beheading? Wouldn't that be a cool localization? Again, someone higher up went. Nix it.
俺に力を貸してくれおう
つなぎなさい。
Imply it. Do something else.
やった
ライブスタート。トーマ、ぶっ放
ナイ
しなさい。
スコンビネ次頼むぜ
もう一つおまけいいわね
呪いの力
And I believe there are other changes to that game that are mainly the types you would expect in localizing the Japanese game. You know, I think there are anti-gags that get cut
力を貸してくれ任せろ
because that stuff doesn't translate well most of the time.
よろしく
Again, I would not have cut that personally, but
セッション行
at
け
the
る
same
ぜ
time, I don't care.
落ちろこれだな
But when it comes to important things like the entire character of the party member,
もう一つおまけ
yeah. Man, what the hell, you know?
この攻撃だ
熱いわよ。そう、これがいいの。
次いただき翼じゃ
私だって
But you know, still an excellent game
その
for
調
all
子
of that. For all of that complaining.
今がチャンスに
いいわよ。
クロム直伝この日を逃すな俺に続け繋いでくれ
はあ。終わりにしてあげるわ。
油断するなよトム分かってるってよしうわー聞いたぜ
フォローミー。任せるわ。
俺だってまだ終わらない
You know, I'm always in favor of rather literal localization,
呪いの力
even though,
たまりにたまって
I mean, I've read enough about localization to know that's not always the best path
やったわ。
俺から行く
communicating ideas in a game, but
ナイスコンビネーション翼じゃ
it's what I've grown to prefer after so many years of botched localizations. We're abiding all these status effects. We're awesome.
いつでも走れ内向完全掌握
I saw a post on Twitter
それで弱点を攻めろ
that showed a rather
私に続きなさい。
generic Japanese
だって次
direct translation of a scene
あいつらのパフォ
that
ー
was
マン
basically,
全部
oh,
奪い
hey,
返す。
no one can use magic. And then another guy goes, well, back in the day, there were these things called grimoires. That's how you learned magic. And then there was a second, you know, localized
こんなものね。
version of that conversation that was all, you never heard of a time when there be magic. You can sooner teach a griffin not to fly. Or you could sooner fly like a griffin than learn magic these days. And the guard goes, well, you could be a griffin when ye could read the grimoires of old. And that was an example of an excellent localization. Because it got
成長
across,
してるはず
you
セッショ
know,
ンいけるぜ
it added flowery language and got across the pseudo-medieval
ライブスタート。
setting of that dialogue.
いただきまとめて片付けてやるぜ
No, I didn't like that at all.
準備はいいかよカイン言われるまでもないオッケー燃えろ俺の
The idea, of course, is that Japanese doesn't really have the old English version to translate literally, so
今の私たちは絶対に強
we
い。
want that, we kind of have to do it ourselves in localization, but
よし
That does not sit too well with me,
これね
personally.
次まだまだ信じてるぜ
But you know, I'm willing to be on the losing side of that. The wrong side of history when it comes to localization.
用意してやるやった
I'm just old enough to remember when localizations were awful.
まずは俺よろしく
They were just things that people made up.
いいね
You got this game from Japan and you kind of played it for an hour and went, okay, here's the story I'm making up for this.
任せろいけるか
You know?
まだよ
Here's this guy called James and his dad got sent away on a mission. But then his best friend Paul came back with the Stone of Destiny. And it was stolen by a mean witch. And that's Suikoden.
凍えなさい
Like groovy? I wonder what that Japanese line was. Right, it was probably some, you know, exaltation. You know, he was shouting Gambare or something. They're like, we don't really know what that is. We're just gonna have him say something. It's 1992. Let's have him say groovy.
やったわ
最高の散り際を用意してやる
よし
And of course, that's the other thing, right? The further we are removed from those bad localizations, the more we enjoy them, somewhat ironically.
まだよ
There is a certain realization that these things don't actually matter.
そうこれがいいの
一番やりほっへあ翼お前の判断を信じる
Who knows? Maybe it was groovy. That's right. It could have been groovy. I mean, that is absolutely a possibility.
セッション了解
An unlikely one, but
クロムみたいにこれだな俺に続け
it's a big world. There have been weirder things.
カイ俺に力を貸してくれ任せろそれで弱点を攻めろ全て焼き尽くす聞いたぜ
フォローミーいつきお願い
あはこいつか
私だって決まった
もうへばったの
まだまだ
But yeah, localization it's a tough field, you know. I've spoken with many people about this in the past.
よろしく
It's not an easy job to do.
私たちの勝ちだねありがとう
And what I personally want from localization and what will appeal and sell to other people is not the same thing either. Itsuki level up finally, jeez. It's only been 3 hours of a stream.
おお
9 kinds. We've maxed out our AC for the beginner arena. Black Maneki Neko. And over all our kinds. In Europe during the 90s, when that games released here were translated from the US versions. Yeah. So any foreign language translation of that was based on the US English release, not the Japanese. And if those localizations took liberties in the same way the English localizations did, then you know, you've got a real bad game of telephone going on. Try this intermediate arena. See if we can do a bit better at it now.
カイ俺に力を貸してくれ任せろ
No, not that. What about this? What about hamstring?
いいねそれで弱点を攻めろカインと訓練したんだぜ弱点だついてきて頼んだもう
一つおまけ決まった
戦闘開始だ
Yeah, things are definitely a bit tougher here now.
今がチャンスみたいよ。
Let's throw the sword at them. Everything's easier when you throw swords at people.
一番やり信じてるぜ
終わりにしてあげるわ
The easiest way to make sure this starts well is to just have everyone... Oh, damn it, Kiria. You're out already? This difficulty mode, man, I'll tell ya. It does not mess around. Let's get out of here.
追いつかれた
You won't let me leave the arena? Come
ど
on.
んどん行くぜ撤退撤退
There we go. The special fire, Xeon burned lemon with the fires of hell in the Japanese version. Or flames of hell. Either or. Yeah. That sounds like the type of thing they'd change. Especially back then. Early 90s. You're not getting fires of hell. Even on a Sega console. Alright. I'm going to go to Carabia, the accessory store in Shibuya. I think we have enough money to go up a tier in terms of accessories. And then we'll try that mid-boss one more time. We'll see how that goes.
いらっし
Alright. Let us browse your enormous selection. These. Okay, these are for Tsubasa,
お
so
買いどうもありがとうこの場でとてもよく似合って
thank you. They do look good on me. This one's for Toma.
お買いどうもありこの場でとてもよく似
Area. Oh, we don't need to boost her strength, but we could boost her magic.
O 買いどうもありこの場でとてもよく似合っている
Hawkeye for Eleonora. Sure.
お買い上げどうもありこの場でとてもよ他
Need to sell some of those old ones we got.
売却どうもありがとう
Alright.
売却どうもありが
So I guess we're not going to make enough money.
他
Are the bots being bad again? I did turn those off, I assure you.
他また来てちょうだい
Thought I turned auto mod off. I did turn auto mod off. I'll take a look at that again after the stream. Oh hey, here's a quest guy. What do you want?
よ あのよ
Want me to find an item? Sure.
あのよ
Convenience store, ramen, station. Why were you typing ellipses, Rachel? That would go some way to removing my confusion. Okay. That's what got translated as groovy? Huh. How about you, buddy? Girl named Momoko. And here's an item on the ground. This is good luck charm? Let's find out. Well, let's do these side quests I just uncovered. And we'll see what's going on with that mid-boss.
あのよ
Alright, convenience store and the ramen shop. Also where we need to go. I could see why localizers in the early 90s felt that ellipses alone needed to be spiced up. Okay. Status good luck charm? Who knows? Let's find the last item before we bring it back to him. The ramen shop. Talk to that guy again. And roped into doing quests for everyone. The JRPG experience.
よ
Something at his feet? Oh, fuck you, buddy. Well, at least I got something out of it. Alright. I have to find this guy's girlfriend. They're supposed to meet up for a movie. Something like that, but I don't know where she is. Well, that's a problem. Hey, buddy.
これ知ってるか
Just let me know if you've seen her. That's not helpful. Are you her? Guess you wouldn't be. Let's just go everywhere. No. Hey, Brush Bunny. Brush Bunny loves sweets. Hi, Brush Bunny. Covenant of the Plume did that as recently as 2009. Almost every instance of double ellipses was replaced with a line. That's a shame. Alright, you're not the girlfriend. I have a feeling you're probably in the 106 or something. In the idolosphere. Should be a pain, but... Wow, that guy was creepy. Alright. Anything on my map? Doesn't seem like it. If she's not on in the 106, maybe she's in the regular Shibuya idolosphere. Only one way to find out. Guess the only other place she would be is at the TV studio, but that would be weird. Alright, let's look at this map, see what's up. No, don't think she's here either. That might be a quest I just leave hang until next time. Because I'm not really getting much information on where she could be. That's not my fault. Go to the TV station. Give that mid-boss one more shot. Almost sneezed there, but I didn't. I'm a hero. Gotten pretty good at stifling sneezes over the years. Good when you have the allergies I do. Alright. Gonna try this mid-boss. And win or lose, that would probably be it for the stream today. Almost at 3 hours 30. This is a good length of time. When I started doing these streams, they went 2 hours pretty much on the dot. Sometimes a little under, sometimes a little over, depending on if I needed to get to a plot point or to save. Generally, there are always 2 hours. But as I've gotten a little more comfortable streaming, they've started to go a little longer. Alright. I think that's the best start we can do. We need to start off with those fire attacks to bring down that mage. Both mages, preferably, but... Alright, let's fast forward. Let's get into it. Our last shot for today.
すごいやつ感だ。だけど
Lunatic mode, lest you forget. Grants each party member one turn.
オッケー
Let's do it. Strike a pose, Itsuki.
買ってくるぞと
That's a pretty good pose. Look at that. Look at all these poses.
勇ましく俺たちがやるんだよっしゃこれだ
余裕こいつさえ倒せ
Now we get the continue to attack bullshit that the Chaos Pegasus Knight
こ
does.
れはダメね。
こいつは効くわよ
絶好の機会だよ。
俺頼んだナイスコンビネーションいけるか
任せてお願いグッ
That's not going to work out, but that's
くだらな
okay.
いわ。
ユミット
Because Eleonora continues to
ダ
attack.
メね。
絶好の機会だよ。この日を逃すな。
次いただきつらい
There we go. One down.
はあ。やったわ。
勝って帰ろうぜ
You're going to get two as
こ
well.
れはダメね。
Toma.
たぎるぜ聞いたぜまずは
この日を逃すな。
もう一撃いいのよもう一つおまけクリアさん信じてます
くだらないわ。
期待してるぜ
And I think we can finish off this second red mage here.
弱点発見ついてきてまだ終わらない
ヤミ翼絶対
That means we're also going to be starting in on this red barbarian.
やったわ。
Okay, they're still going to get their buffs in, of course, but... That is an entire round in which they did nothing. And if they can spend an entire round doing nothing, it means we can spend an entire round prepping.
いけるいける
余裕
無理はするなよああ
Okay. You attack me. Ow. Oh, I survived at least. That missed. Okay.
倒れるわけには
Let me see what happens here. Need to know your weakness, which is ice. So we need to switch in Syria as soon as we can. Buff defense first, though.
絶対つなげてやるよ
No.
この間合いなら
I feel like we gotta be aggressive on this one.
よろしく
おりゃ
私だってお願い
援護行くわ。やったわ。
完全懲悪
Nothing you have really helps. So,
あとは任せた。
Kyria Kurono.
奪ったパフォーマー返してもらう。
いい感じ。
絶対レード体験しこれね。
始めよう。次。
There we go.
キャリ
Doing a lot better this time around.
つないでくれ。
私だって
A little prep and some equipment
まだいけるか
make all the difference.
誰に聞いてんのよ。あとよろしくね。
Eleonora for Tsubasa.
絶対負けられないよ。
助かった。
That seems okay.
集中して。
ありがとう。
Ah, but no session because you're doing that.
次はどうしようかな。
助かった。
Heal up.
任せて。
助かった。
いけるか相棒。
ああ、いつでも。
準備 OK だよ。
That's gonna be enough to change things.
ありがとう。
So let's boost our hit and evasion. Best chance of making it through this is to not get hit. Okay.
いいフレーズが浮かんだわ。
やった。
凍えなさい。これね。
俺から行く
Though
よ。
we're doing a lot better, I don't want to get too confident because
みんな無事か。
this is all just to get main
いけるわ。
target on his own. I haven't actually defeated any boss here yet.
針の刃よ。
These are just the minions.
私から行くね。お願い。
援護行くわ。いけるわね。
ナイスコンビ。
Not that removing minions is not important, don't get me wrong.
やった。
任せて。
いつき立てるか。
まだまだ。
呪いの効果が出るまでもう少し。
その頃には倒してそうね。
Okay, what are its weaknesses? Electric and wind. I'm kind of the main wind
それ
user.
で弱点を攻めろ。
By me, I mean Kyria. And electric is Eleonora and Itsuki. Okay,
バッチリ合わせるからね。
痛いわよ。
people like this for now.
ついてきて。よろしく。
絶対決めるね。
See what happens. Okay, misses. Another skewer.
俺の番か。
つなぎなさい。
とどろけ。やった。
みんなついてきて。
Alright, we might have it this time. If we don't, at least I can say we made progress towards having it.
無理してない？まだまだ大丈夫だよ。
Oh, is Ellie weak to... I guess it's not a big deal when there's one enemy on the field.
私の出番
He's
ね。
weak to
美容
his
師、私に力を貸して。
spear or
承知
not.
したよ。
今がチャンスみたいよ。
当然でしょ。
Oh no! Whoops, I pressed the wrong button.
私の番。
That didn't go well. I auto-attacked.
よし。
When I didn't mean to.
こいつは効くわよ。狙い通
ライブスタート。いけるわね。
おお、次。
That's slightly embarrassing.
り。もう一つおまけ。
Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass.
お前の判断を信じるぞ。
やってみる。
いけるわ。
とどろけ。やった。
ライブスタート。
We'll see what happens.
次頼むぜ。
もう一つおまけ。
もう
Okay.
かかったの。
まだまだいけるわ。
lower its hit and evasion. There we go, she is weak to it. That was enough to take out Kyria.
そんなキリアさん
Okay. Bring back Kyria,
俺に任せて
which out Eleonora.
こんなところで開けられないの。あとよろしくね。私の出番だね。素敵よ翼。ありがとうシーダ。ありがとう。
And group heals for everyone.
集中して。
助かったやれ
That's good. Good miss. That hits, but not too
私
badly.
の番だよね。あとはお願い。
Which out Tsubasa for Toma.
カイ俺に力を貸してくれ任せろ
Because he has
今が
Wind
チャン
Strike,
スみたいよ
which this Chaos Pegasus Knight is also weak to.
ライブスタート。
次は俺に言ってくれ
There we go.
さて
We don't need items, we need skills.
つなぎなさい。
とどろけ
ライブスタート。
俺やいけるか
絶対決めるね。
Alright. Oh, hey now, that's not cool.
分かってる。
よし
Wasn't prepared for that.
セッションよし絶
Okay.
対つなげてやるよ
Switch in someone. Probably not. Kyria isn't doing great in terms of health. Alright. This is a risk, but if I can confuse, stun, charm, whatever, enough of these, I can buy myself some time.
さーて、今回の可愛いは何かにゃー。アブソリュート可愛い。
That is a very good interpretation of Lemon's final ellipses, but
いけるぞ了解
it does not have the emotional gravitas of Groovy.
セッション
I'm sorry
いける
to tell you.
セッションこの絶対つなげてやるよよしよし見切ったやった衝撃翼じゃ
もう一つおまけ。決まった。
俺らのコンビネーション見せてやろう
Alright,
セッションいける
don't have much time to cut through all this.
弱点発見ついてきて翼
絶対決めるね。決まった。
Damn it,
さ
didn't cut
あ、
through it at
私に
all.
力を貸して。
遊んであげる
よし
燃えなさい。やった
I
わ
mean, if you think Groovy does not encapsulate chilling, dramatic, and beautiful, then you obviously do not know the definition of Groovy.
やれ
That's a good time to miss.
見切った
You're confused. Yes. Attack each other.
一緒に行こうクロムおう
Every time I needed you to attack each other.
セッションいけるね
いけるわ。
イカズチよここか
私に続きなさい。任せるわ。
任せろ繋いでくれ
そうね。決まった。
かかってきなさい。
絶対繋げてやるよ
Dawn also works in this situation.
痛いわよ。これね。
始めようトーマ次いただきます
任せて。
Ooh. Attack each other, pregnant
一
knights.
気に終わらせるぜ
Like a year from now, when that joke is still being made,
つなぎなさい。
いつで
no
もい
one
いぞ
will know what the hell that
やっ
means.
た
Oh, you see, it comes from Shining Force 2, where the cast names are 4 letters long and whatever. There we go.
やられる準備はできたかよ。
それいけそうね。
Alright.
私に続きなさい。
Friends are out of here.
閉じるなよ。
私だって
It's you and me, buddy.
お前の判断を信じるぞ。
やってみる。
ありがとう。いいわよ。
Everyone has confidence. I will not only embrace but keep this going.
どうにかするわよ。
了解。
As in pregnant knife jokes.
そう、これがいいの。
I thank you for your faith. My ability to
絶対決めるね
run a joke into the ground. It is
いけるか、相棒。
ああ、いつでも。
it is well deserved.
それいけそうね。
いかずちよ。
Alright, have we won this? Is this it?
いけるわね。
任せろ。次頼むぜ。
Almost.
もう一つおまけ決まった
行くぜ、相棒。
I think this is it.
オッケー。な。
Come on. There we go.
私だってやった私たちの勝ちだね
親玉、打ち取ったり。
Phew. There we go. Victory. Sweet victory. Everyone levels up, unsurprisingly. Thank you, thank you.
なんとか倒せたな。みんな怪我はないか。
Alright.
どうしてここに。
Yashiro, why are you here?
お前たちには関係ないことだ。
Oh no, we just happen to be walking in the same fucking dungeon.
俺たちは
Twisted
仲間を助
version
けたい。
of the
知ってることを教えて
ego,
くれ。
super ego, and id of performers in
また
Tokyo.
仲間か。
What? I'm here all the
戯れるなら
time.
力をつけてからにしろ。今のお前は弱い。他人を気にする前に、ひたすら一人で己の力を
Not
磨け。
wrong.
それが強
Yashiro's
くなる
obviously
唯一
been
の道だ。
watching this stream, but
それは
you didn't say it like
違
that.
うと思う。
It's rude.
強くなる方法はそれだけじゃないはずだ。仲間と一緒に強くなる方法だってきっとある。
Yeah. Friendship.
ぬるいな。
Someone shoot him.
このタイミングで私たちに姿を見せた理由は何？
Yeah, Yashiro.
思い上がるな。群れなければ何もできないお前たちに興味などない。
Oh,
群れと
struck a
仲間は
nerve.
違うわ。あなたにはわからないでしょうけどね。
Yeah, you tell him, Kiria.
ああ、わからんな。貴様は仲間とやらとじゃれ合ったまま、あいつともども沈んでいけ。それが似合いだ。
Yashiro, you're such a
あい
tool.
つ？それって
Yeah, what do you have
いつきの
against
こと？
me? Me,
どうしていつ
Itsuki.
きを気にかけるの？
Come on. Jealous of me. Jealous I'm the best. I'm the best. Kiria, tell me I'm the best. Who knows? Who cares? That guy's a loser. I'm the one who beat the mid-boss. What's around here? Nothing good. Alright. we're going to go back to the office and heal and save and call it a stream and all that good stuff. It may have taken 3 hours 45 minutes, we'll say, but we finally beat that mid boss I fought at the start of this stream. That's something. Tomorrow will be Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8. Going to continue trying to take over China. One robbed promotion at a time. And also buy some more wine cups. Because they're the gift that keeps on giving. That'll be the same time as usual. 1800 UTC, 1200 CST. 791 beats. Watch internet time. You know, and then on Friday... No, that is Friday. Yes. And then on Monday, it'll be Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. Starting that up for the Nintendo 64. See how that goes. Should be pretty good. Hope so. But until then, take care everyone. Thanks for coming out. Consider giving me a follow if you haven't already, or joining the group Discord if you haven't already. It's all good stuff. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Will I? Wait, come on. There we go. Fantastic. That went so well, I'm going to try that again. Goodbye everyone, see you tomorrow, take care, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, bye.
Not